Alright guys, what I'd like to show today is my workflow for getting the stems out of the Blackbox and into your DAW, specifically Ableton Live for me, because that's my flavor of choice. And I know a lot of people's workflow might be different, so if you got something different or you have a tip or something that would make my life a little easier, please leave that down in the comments. But here we go. Here's what I do. I got a little ditty here.
Can't swing by the drummer.
Little funky jam, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to resample each one of these. And I know we all wish that there was a way to just export all the stems on here, but hopefully that day is coming from our Blackbox friends. So what I did here is I went over to the sequence. I got 12 different sequences here. Hit off to clear them all out so that I can play one of them at a time. And then I'm going to go over to my menu here. And you might be thinking, how am I going to resample 12 loops when I only have 7 slots left? And one thing that I realized pretty quickly about it when I was developing this workflow is that you can keep, I'll show you here in just a second, but you can keep resampling into the same slot and saving it, and it'll retain all the samples. So head over to here. We want to change this to resampling, and then check our levels. One thing I have noticed is you do want to give yourself a fair amount of headroom so that when you get all the stems in there, if you had a decent rough mix on the Blackbox and you keep this level the same when you resample all of them, then you have a good baseline for your mix and Ableton as you start to arrange. So other thing I want to do is I usually don't go any longer than a 2-bar loop when I'm sketching on the Blackbox. So I have length set to 2 bars, quantize set to 2 bars, and then all we're going to do is record it. And automatically stop at 2 bars. You're hearing a little phasing there because it's playing the original clip and the one I just resampled. Hit info to go into that clip. We're going to click on the name. We're going to go file, and we're going to rename it. And what I do is I label the sample, and then I put some kind of naming convention that I'm going to keep consistent for all these, so they'll be easy to pull in and find on the card later on. So we're just going to go, we'll call these all GY. So we're going to hit enter. Now that's saved on there, and like I said, it's going to save all of them, so we can just go ahead, once we have that one, just hit clear, blow it out of there, go back to sequence, grab our next one, go in there, do the same thing. I'm going to click on it again, go into info, click on the name, file, rename, clear. We're going to name it. I think I said GY was going to be my convention. So hit enter, go back to pad, hit clear. I'll only do a couple more of these and then I'll speed up the video because obviously you don't want to watch me do this for 12 clips, but we'll solo this one out again. We'll go into info, hit record. And obviously I just have the metronome set to be on right now, but you can turn that off so you don't have to listen to it. We'll call that hi-hat, GY, enter. We'll do one more here and then I'll speed up the video. So clear that out, info, record. File, rename. Call this one tops, and then I'll speed up the video from here. And I'll let you drop back in for this last one. This last one, I know I need to have a 4-bar loop because the little sample I used, I had it triggered at the end of the 2 bars. So if I didn't capture it, this would also go with like delays or reverb tails. If you want to capture it, you need to capture twice as long so you can get that in, and then you can truncate the end of it. You'll see right here.
You have to swing by yourself.
I wouldn't have got the end of that without having a 4-bar loop there. And that's all there is to it. So now we have, and what's neat also, I've resampled those, and every time I renamed them, it automatically sampled them to the card. So there's no reason to go back and save the set now. I mean, you can do that if you want, but I'm literally going to just pull the plug on the Blackbox now and not worry about it. We're going to pop the card into our machine, and we'll pick you up over there. All right. So now we are back here on the computer. We got our Ableton. This is my template set open, and we got the Finder window open here. We're going to go to our Blackbox SD card, and we're going to go to our preset folders. And then within that preset folder, we're going to look for the song folder. So we're going to open up this song folder, and it actually is, it has every recording I've taken in here, but if you see, we have some GGs in here, but we labeled all the ones that we did this time GY so that we could find them within this folder. And so if we just go and we hit hold down Control so that we can select items that aren't next to each other, we're going to select all the ones that say GY. I know it's a little confusing because I have GGs in there. Sorry about that. GY, 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 GY. Missed one there. Do yourself a favor and name them something radically different every time so you don't have this problem. But we're going to come up here. We got another GY, another GY, another GY. And I believe we had 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that's all of them. Now what you want to do here in Ableton, you can do this in the session view or in the arrangement view here, depending on where you're going to work. I typically do all my arranging in the arrangement view. Imagine that. So down here where it says drop files and devices here, and this is imperative for having everything on separate tracks and for it working really easy for you, hold down Command and drag these over. You need to hold Command the whole time, even as you're dragging them, and you want to hold Command as you let go on the mouse. And it will it'll take a second here for it to do its thing, but what it's going to do is it's going to create separate tracks automatically for all of the clips here. And obviously you can see I just dropped them in like an arbitrary place here, but if we grab them all here, we can bring them over to 1. We can set a loop, and let's just set all these to solo so we don't hear some of my other template stuff here. And in theory, it should sound just like the track that we had there on the Blackbox.
You can't swing by the drummer. You can't swing by the drummer.
And you can tell it's actually a little bit faster because my template is faster at 127 than what I wrote this song at. It's already warping them. So
you can't swing by the drummer.
There's the original feel. So there you have it. Then obviously you can arrange from there. One thing I have noticed, and we'll see if it shows on here. The last time I did this, I lost some of the impact of the first kick. It was almost like it didn't grab the beginning of it. It looks good this time, I think. So if not, I'm not sure what the workaround is for that. But there you have it. And like I said, if you want to do the exact same thing, when you want to start in the session window, you want to have those clips in here. Instead of dragging it down to this part where it says drop file and devices here, do exactly what I just did, but drop them here, and they will all appear on new tracks there in the top row. And then you can go on arranging your stuff, applying your extra processing, chopping, rearranging, all that good stuff. So I actually forgot to say one last thing. When you drop these things over here, when you go to save your live set and you go to rename it, we're going to go into our 2021 Ableton session, and we'll call this Swing It, and we're going to save it. And if we go ahead and we close it right now and we eject our card, the next time we pull up the Ableton session, it's going to be missing all these files. So after you save it, and I recommend doing this with any Ableton session, but especially when importing files, you want to collect all and save. That's going to copy them off the card, and away you go. And then once that's saved, you can eject the card, and the next time we open up this Ableton session, all the files and loops will be there ready for us to go. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful. Like I said before, if you have any better ideas on ways to do this, something I missed, want to share your workflow, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out supporting the channel. And hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.